Now, from the Signature Bank Studios.
Only the biggest stories, only the biggest guests, and only the biggest opinions. This is AM 560, The Answer.
Top of the morning, Dan and Amy. Well, in advance of next week's new Bolshevik Party convention, the mayor has given the order.
I said to him very emphatically and very definitely that an order be issued immediately under his signature to shoot to kill any arsonist or anyone with a Molotov cocktail in their hand in Chicago, to fire a building because they're potential murderers, and to issue a police order to shoot, to maim, or cripple anyone looting any stores in our city.
It doesn't sound like Brandon Johnson, but yeah, boy.
Those were the days.
Yeah, it's not 1968 anymore in Chicago, is it?
No, it's not. Now they have safe zones to protest in, and I don't think they're going to follow those orders. Do you, Dan?
Well, we've gotten some confident talk from Superintendent Snelling yesterday at the big security show for the dutiful Chicago press corps. He said this.
We have eyes and ears on everything that we possibly can in that location. And we're working with our federal partners to make sure, to ensure that we don't have a major incident occur in that area.
And earlier he said this: if they are thinking about rioting, looting, arson, they're going to take care of it.
What we will not tolerate is vandalism to our city. What we will not tolerate is violent activity. If we see that, we will put an end to it quickly.
So, follow-up, Superintendent Snelling, does that mean the shoot to kill arsonists, shoot to maim looters thing is still in effect?
From the 60s?
Yeah, here's the problem. You want to believe Snelling, and you want to believe that he's well-intended. It's hard to, though. Very difficult to. And maybe this is beyond his control, and, of course, he'll never say that, certainly not while he's in that post. But we have this Chicago police incident where a Chicago police officer has been stripped of his police powers after a video of him punching a suspect went viral, as every video involving a white police officer and a black suspect does. It appears to show the officer in question striking this guy 3 times with a closed fist while 2 others grab the guy's hair and struggle with him on the ground. So he's resisting arrest. Interesting. Turns out, COPA, of course, has opened an investigation.
Right. And that's why he's been stripped of his police powers. Probably because the video went viral and he was a black man. Yeah.
Turns out that the suspect has a long criminal record. Don't have the details on that yet, but they'll surface. Was treated for minor injuries and has been charged with unlawful use of a weapon by a felon. Oh, so long criminal record, so he's a convicted felon. Unlawful use of a weapon. So he was resisting arrest and he had a firearm.
This police officer should be hailed as a hero.
Well,
I mean, he's just doing his job.
I don't know about
to
hero.
protect the people.
I don't know about hero, but he's doing his job. It seems like he's doing his job. So a convicted felon with a weapon is resisting arrest, and the police have to get physical with him because he's resisting arrest.
Yeah.
Right. And the immediate response from the institution is to strip him of his police power. So it's incidents like this that suggest that what Superintendent Snelling is trying to sell us about next week is not something that we should buy.
Well, and people in the black community complain once this video went viral.
It's a shame on this system. It's a shame on these police departments. It's a shame on these commanders. It's a shame on our elected officials and the powers that's higher, that's steady allowing these policies and these laws to protect these criminals, because they're the criminals.
Well, who's that?
Police. It's Mrs. Smith. She had.
Well, who the hell is she?
A community organizer.
Yeah, of course she is. Yeah.
Saying it's the police are the criminals.
John Garrido, former Chicago Police Lieutenant in the 16th District and president of the Garrido Stray Rescue Foundation, joins us. John, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
So should we believe Superintendent Snelling has got a plan that's going to keep things relatively peaceful next week?
Well, they have a plan. There's no doubt about that. They've been preparing. They've been training. They've been, doing what they usually do leading up to these events. But the real question is going to be is, are they going to let the officers do the job that needs to be done when things go up for grabs? Because they will go up for grabs. There's agitators that come here. This is their plan. This is what they do. They come and try to get things going and get people all riled up to do destruction. And the question's going to be, are they going to let the city burn like Lightfoot did during the Floyd riots, or are they going to actually let the officers step up and do something about it?
Now, I all of the signature features of Obamaland, I assume those will be guarded substantially. We want to protect the crown jewel of the lakefront. Is that part of the plan?
I'm sure. Well, I know they've set up. There's going to be massive perimeters and road closures around McCormick Place and around the United Center. They've actually got two sections, one where it's pedestrian restrictions and the other one's vehicle restrictions that are even farther out. So nobody's going to get anywhere near McCormick Place or the United Center. But that's not where these protesters are. They might want to get there, and they took them to court to try to get there. But ultimately, they're going to want to be downtown. They're going to want to be on Lakeshore Drive or Michigan Avenue. Right. They're going to be that's where the looting is. What are you going to loot on the west side? I mean, there's nothing to take in a lot of those areas. So they're going to be down where the money is and where all the cameras are going to be on them to get them the most attention that they can get.
Yeah, so Michigan Avenue is probably going to be a hot spot.
Michigan Avenue is probably got a hot spot. There's already, reports floating around through the department that, there's possibly going to be looting even in advance of the DNC that they're trying to get out in front of.
Some pre-looting.
It's like a warm-up. It's like tailgating, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Get the Barbie out.
They have to do their training as well.
Exactly.
I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
Well, they were training at Union Hall? Remember, they were chanting "Death to America,
Teamsters.
Death to Eames."
Right. So it's practice. They have practice flags to burn and stuff.
Exactly.
They're going through their training stuff. So.
Well, what about Wrigley Field? Because we have a few home games next week too. I don't know who planned that, but
I don't know.
Shocked.
I mean, so you never know. I mean, they could be anywhere, right? But my guess is they're going to focus most of their efforts downtown.
Yeah, where they can create the most chaos, the most gridlock, and get the most attention. Of course, this is what they want.
They're going to go to days off canceled, 12-hour days. I think starting probably, it's going to be for a full week, so a few days in advance and a few days after. So you'll have the, 2 shifts. Each district has 3 shifts. We have 3 shifts to operate throughout the tour of duty. You'll have 2 shifts that will stay behind in the districts that will cover the districts, and then that one extra shift will be deployed. So there'll be plenty of manpower actually in the districts, just in case they pop up elsewhere.
I mean, I know Secret Service is involved, obviously, because you have presidential candidates and former presidents and so forth. But in terms of to the local police responsibility, is there partnering with suburban police departments? Is there any National Guard involvement? What is sort of the conglomeration of law enforcement that is being brought to bear here?
Yeah, so I was told that after the attempt on the assassination attempt on Trump, that just the numbers have increased dramatically, and there's possibly 8,000 to 10,000 additional law enforcement that are going to be here. That's National Guard, state police, surrounding departments, and then you're going to have FBI and whoever else that they can send. They don't want this to go up for grabs. It's too close to the election, so I'm sure they really, really want to make sure that this is as peaceful as the Republican National Convention was up north. But we actually sent Chicago police officers up there to help out. So there's definitely going to be a lot of law enforcement here. But you can have here. They already do scarecrow policing on the south and west sides. We are flooding those areas with police officers. But if the officers aren't allowed to do their jobs, we're still having record high, shootings and murders and rapes and car thefts and things. So it all comes down to you can flood it with whatever you want. Are they going to be able to do anything about anything if something jumps off?
Yeah, the image in my mind as you're talking is of police being pelted with rocks and frozen water bottles and stuff, trying to defend the Columbus statue a couple of years ago. I mean, so yeah, there was police there, but they're not allowed to do anything except take incoming, and so the barbarians get their way. And so speak to that with respect to this this officer who just got stripped of his police power that we opened the segment with. I mean, isn't that a leading indicator to suggest that police are not going to be allowed to do their job? They're going to be mostly decorative, and don't think that these professional agitators, as you were describing, don't understand that.
Well, right, and so and that is the message that it sends, because we of course don't know all the details of what happened there, but what we do know is we had an armed felon that was in possession of a handgun who was resisting arrest. Now, you know, are there more details that we're not aware of that caused him to be stripped? I don't think so. I don't know, but the fact remains that message doesn't get out to the officers. What you see is a video goes viral, an officer is stripped. So that sends a message loud and clear to the officers that while we've got a lot of tough talk going on, I think even Kim Foxx said that she was ready to prosecute. So,
yeah,
they're
asking for volunteer attorneys.
It's craziness. So even with all of that, it still sends a message that, hey, be careful, because probably there's a good chance you could either be stripped, criminally prosecuted, or fired. So I just really, really hope, because I think Snelling really does mean what he says, 100%. It's just going to be when things are burning and he gets the call from Johnson, what's the answer going to be? Get in there and stop it, or stand down? Well,
how many social workers are being assigned to the convention and to providing peace on our streets? Since that's sort of the that's where this is all going. I mean, policing is sort of an anachronism. We're on the cusp of entering a brave new world of social workers keeping the order.
Yeah, I don't know where the social workers are going to be deployed to, but I'm sure that they will be there somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Probably mostly on stage, pontificating.
Yeah,
they're going to be in the center of all the protected areas.
Now, would you bother to go downtown next week?
Next week?
No.
I'm not going to go anywhere near downtown next week.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
No.
Even to save a stray dog, John Garrido? Hmm?
Yes. Then absolutely, 100%. I would absolutely go down there.
But only with a tactical team.
Now, in case people don't know, John Garrido did hook up Dan Proft with Hayek.
Yes.
The dog.
Yes. Hayek the dog.
And I did call him and told him I was concerned.
Yeah.
You did. You told me to not, that you thought it was a bad idea and that he shouldn't have a dog. But It sounds like it's all working out. I mean,
it's working out great. Hayek lives a better life than Amy does.
Yes, he does. He really does.
Hayek retired to Florida about 3 years ago, and I mean, from what I understand, he's loving it down there.
Yeah.
Yeah. From the postcards he sends. Yeah.
Excellent.
John Garrido, former Chicago Police Lieutenant in the 16th, president of the Garrido Stray Rescue Foundation. If you're interested in getting your own Hayek,
yes.
GarridoStrayRescue.org. GarridoStrayRescue.org. John, thanks as always.
Thank you.
You're the best, and he joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
The more you listen, the more you'll know. This is Chicago's Morning Answer. Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
As everyone can tell, we're living in turbulent times. During times of uncertainty like World War II and 9/11, people have often turned to God. In times like these, Fox Valley Coins in Naperville, Illinois reminds all Americans of the ancient promise found in 2 Chronicles 7:14. If my people who are called by my name